Hello and welcome to another production of the Single H Show. Your name is...
My name is Sylvester Ritter. Your name is...
The Single H, y'all.
That's right. Single H is back in the house today. And today, on the Single H Show, we wanted to have some fun.
Yeah.
But we're kind of stuck in this realm where it's also going to be hard to have fun.
Yeah.
We are in this middle ground of worry of what might be, and we need to figure out how to bring some places of just calm in our lives, even in the unknowing.
Yeah, and whenever... It's okay to have a week that you don't want to listen to the main podcast. The half-hour power hour will always be there for silly and funness and us ranting about TV shows.
Yes. So we're going to try to have fun this week on the Single H Show still.
Yes.
Yes. So what I thought would be a cool topic for you and I to discuss, because you kind of hang out, well, you've got some good brothers that are out there and so forth that you still goof around with.
Yeah.
And we are moving into a time that it's not going to be as let me not be a doomist, even though I feel like it's the reality, but I'm not going to be a doomist. We are worried we're moving into a new era that people will have to go back into the closet.
Yeah.
So, what is some fun things that people can do to experience their sexual identities but not be out to do so? Does that question kind of make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm going to answer this the same way I've always had. Let's find your... If you have one, find your gender and sexuality alliance. You do not have... A big part of that is it is there for everyone. No matter what, you do not have to be out there. It is a safe place. Like, find your hideaway of other people that are there for you, that are going through the same thing.
Yes. So, Gender Sexuality Alliance, also known in some sects as the Gay Straight Alliance.
Yeah.
Explain. Let's talk about the allyship that exists in the GSA. What are some things that you have seen that have been productive participation points for allies in the GSA?
And that being there. And that being there. Because GSA is hopefully will always have to be a smaller club. Because you should be able to feel safe at school.
Yes.
But that being there is enough.
So being in there, being in the room, you have surrounded yourselves with other people who have come out, and some that are in there as allies. So nobody knows why you're there.
Yeah.
And you're either an ally or out, but no one knows.
You're either an ally or a part of the community.
Yes.
Let's not say out. You're either an ally or part of the community.
Or part of the community. And you get to have the conversations, be a part of the conversations that are necessary for you. And you don't have to... Alright, so how do I say that you're in the closet? You don't have to acknowledge you're a part of the community? Is that the right phrasing?
Yeah, you don't have to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
But you can say in the closet but like how we're phrasing it, I don't want us to use the word out.
Okay.
Because yet there's people who come to GSA that should be. And that's enough. And some people are in there because we have in our friend group who know, but not everyone in there knows.
Yeah.
Saying out according to GSA assuming everyone knows.
Yes. So I am a part of a group that is a LGBTQIA plus support environment. And it's not called GSA, but it is a LGBTQIA plus support environment. And it is both for those in the community as well as allies. So for me, I go as an ally, and I think that people assume that I am an ally being there because I'm married, I have kids, and so forth. So that those same assumptions exist across the board, not just with GSAs, but any LGBTQIA plus support setting.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's one thing. I have something that is fun that people do.
Yeah.
And that is, and this is a direct correlation to the conversation that is this week's Single H half-hour power hour.
Yeah.
Going to the Rocky Horror Show.
Yep.
That is a fun, young thing that people do. The whole concept of Rocky Horror exists within finding comfort in your own skin.
Yep.
And I have found freedom within my cis self in that, watching Rocky Horror, as much as people have found freedom in their LGBTQIA plus identities with Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's watch it. Go to Shadowcats. Soon I will go to my first Shadowcats, and we'll talk about that on the podcast. But we will be talking about that. Yeah.
And
that will be a half-hour power hour.
There is a strong possibility that could be next week's Single H show, by the way, because there is a lot of outward expression that cis people do at Rocky Horror, that you're not gay or straight, you're this at the party having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you may be going to Rocky Horror sooner than later.
Yeah.
But I know that the big goal is that Rick Kane be a part of that experience. So
yeah.
It could be. It may not be until December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even like watching the movies on your own and doing the callbacks, it's fun. Cause I have watched shown the movie on my own again, and I got most of the callbacks without.
Yeah, you started inventing your own callbacks?
No, I did most of
what Rick did.
The one that you did. I did I forgot about the Simpsons one.
There's a Simpsons one?
No, the symptom one.
Oh, the symptom?
Yeah.
Oh, we take care of the...
When they're...
But what about the symptoms?
Yeah.
But not the symptoms.
Yeah.
The cause. We take care of the cause, but not the symptoms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot that callback, but yeah.
So, okay. But there's a lot of freedom in that.
Yeah.
And since
you can scream whatever you want at the screen, and it would probably work in contacts.
Yes. So since 1975, Rocky Horror has been known as the gathering of the outcast.
Yeah.
Yes. And so that, absolutely. What is some other things, some affirming things that a person in the closet can do?
Well, if you want to make sure you have safety, reach out to any support services, any possible.
Yes. The support services will not disappear.
Yeah.
They will actually be amping up their work. And God bless, if you have an LGBTQIA resource center, community project group in your area, please please do something extraordinarily nice for them this December, please.
Yes.
Because they need a holiday boost to get through to confront what's coming up in 2025.
Yep.
Yeah. And the other beauty with that too, that's another situation like you shared with GSA.
Yeah.
You can go to LGBTQIA plus resource center and just be a good person.
Yeah.
Not because you're going in there for yourself. And God bless. And by the way, if you have Planned Parenthood or anything in your areas as well, all of these places are going to need your support this year.
I'm also going to say that if you're at college, you can go into any of those community centers and go in and help, and you can support them. They are going to be more than willing to help support you if you need it.
Yes.
So, shout out being able to go on college tours.
Shout out to all the good brothers out there that are a part of these groups.
Yes.
Taking care of things.
Yes.
And supporting people. So one thing that I also wanted to share as well, and I'm trying to pull out fun things for us to do, but we've kind of gotten serious with this.
Yeah.
But I do want to shout out, there is going to become an important part in an allyship coming up in 2025 that there's a phrase that I like. It's called MASS, mass holes. Mass holes. It's people that go along with the greater hate so that the hate gets louder. The mass holes. And one of the things that we need to do as allies is if you see bullying, report it. And if you're buff and strong and you can bench press 500 pounds, maybe go stand next to a good brother when they're getting bullied so that they know they're not alone. Because the mass holes have already started their bullying.
And let me also put it this way. If you're at a school, the probability of that kid being willing to support it, to report it on their own, will not happen unless you help them do it.
Yes.
They need to have those backings because school systems have already been under attack for everyone for a while. So when that happens, you need to step up and report it, and you need to help them report it as well.
And so we live in a blue state, but your school board is red.
Yeah.
But still, there should be confidential ways of reporting bullying. It's not always LGBTQ bullying. Bullying is across the board.
Here, let me put it this way. If your school has an app, that is, if you're in high school, or maybe they'll have it in middle, probability at college that go and tell a professor or tell leadership. But for sure, if you're in high school, hopefully your school will have an app on your iPad called the Say Something app, which is a safe way to report things without you having to worry about it.
And if you're listening to this as a LGBTQIA plus supportive parent, go to your parent-teacher meetings if your school doesn't have something of that nature, and advocate for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I go as a supportive parent to school board meetings, and God, there's so much freaking hate at everyone that I've been at. And to speak out for the ways of safe advocacy and safe care, it's crucially important. And we really need to be there even more now for our kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Rocky Horror was fun.
Yeah.
Can we get one more fun thing?
Go to Pride.
Yes.
Go to Pride.
2025. Go to Pride.
Okay. I tell you, that's going to be a place that no matter what, they will accept you. No matter what. But come there, have fun, goof off for a little bit. But be ready. But also have fun. Have fun. That's the best thing we can do. Let's have fun and let their dial slowly lose power because it's getting annoyed. And the more power they put into it, the more it's not going to work for them.
Yes. So I'm going to spell the word out again so that people know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The word is M-A-S-S, mass, H-O-L-E-S, holes, mass holes. That Pride is a place that we can supportively and caringly become a protective mass hole collective.
Yep.
And hopefully it does limit the power of the other M-A-S-S, mass, H-O-L-E-S, holes. Limit the power of the other mass holes.
Yes.
Yes.
But they don't realize that there's already flaws in their machine.
Yes.
Because it is built only off of hate.
Yes.
But we have a machine that's built slowly out of love and out of care. And we're willing to clean it up when something breaks.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, sorry, I'm using a lot of metaphors right now.
Well, you're doing quite well. But now that we're kind of becoming an identity-less podcast, don't use metaphors.
Yeah.
Well, just say it.
Because the governmental system that they're running is already so fucking broken, and they don't realize it because they're not willing to read fine lines. But ours is, because we do have the power. The difference between a democracy and someone in a dictatorship is the dictatorship is never willing to listen to the people. Never. Our system is always willing to grow. Dictatorships never grow. They grow to break apart and they weed out. They are weeds that you can rip out of the ground easily if you try hard enough.
And they're weeds that you can rip out of the ground if you stop watering them too.
Yep.
So one thing that I've started doing is, okay, so hear me out. We need to hear what the other side is saying we need to, so that we know how to protect ourselves, but also we don't need to feed them. So don't just take a pen and a piece of paper and write the people down that you want to go and listen to what they're saying, so that they so that we don't become overrun. But to do that, you also don't need to follow them on social media. Most of these sites are public sites. You can go, you can listen to them, but don't follow them. And those follows decreasing disempowers the voice. So that's something I did very recently. There are certain groups that I still go and look at so I can hear what they're saying, stuff like Moms of Liberty and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I don't follow them anymore to hear what they're saying.
Yeah.
So cutting out those follows is like not watering the weeds. And as soon as those follows start decreasing, the disempowerment will start to set in. But we have to still hear what the other side's saying. So there's ways to juggle that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. The other thing that I wanted to say too is, within all this protection and everything, is to make sure that you also empower people that are sending out that voice.
Yeah.
So I want to give you a couple of musicians to listen to. There is Ryan Casada, who is a transgender protest singer, protesting for transgender rights. There is Gina Young, that is very out within their lyrics for LGBTQ lives. There is podcasts that will not stop, like the Single Age Show. There's different YouTubers like
Sexy Gender, Jamie Barker, and Council of Geeks are all really good ones to follow and get their voice raising higher, because they both have really good, if you need a good way to understand what's going on and have it fully broken down, they are wonderful people who do that effortlessly for the most part. And, like, literally, so here's some RPGs you can watch, because, I'm a nerd. Go watch Theme Punks. Most of their cats are allied and queer. Go raise their voice higher to make sure that they can shed all the happiness they can during the time. Go do it. I will find a way for our producer to link in their links to the bottom or in the...
I'll try to post. I will try to post their links in the explanation of this podcast.
Yeah, for you guys to reach out and enjoy all their stuff.
Yeah. The other thing that I want to point out too, as you go out to kind of hear what the other side is saying, and trying to so that we're not caught unaware of what's going on. That the other thing that I would suggest to you to not do is to not add to the hate. Every time that you write a comment, or even on Facebook, if you put a thumbs down on something or an angry face on something, it counts as an interaction for them.
Yeah.
All that does is water the weed. Go hear what they're saying so that we're not caught off guard, but don't add to the hate. Don't comment, don't put any reactions to it, because the comments and the interactions only water the weeds.
Yeah, and you can follow Trans Family Support Services YouTube channel.
Yes.
They have long conversations on there. They're typically an hour long.
Yes. The other thing you can do, the holiday season is coming up. And within the holiday season, we're all trying to get our last-minute tax deductions in. Give to groups like Trans Family Services. Give to your local LGBTQ Resource Center, because most of them are 501c3s, nonprofits that you can get write-offs for donating to.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
And go to your local support center and ask what they need.
Yes.
Ask what they need from you, if they need anything to do.
Yes.
And if they honestly ask if they want someone to bring them dinner in some nights.
Buy a good brother some pizza.
Yeah.
Yes.
And let's bring in some food, because y'all, they're in for a tough 4 years.
Yes. And probably more after. Depending on the election. But be loud and boisterous and pay attention to what's going on, because there's already... He has said... He has used the words. Trump has used the words. After I get elected this year, you won't have to worry about elections again. So fight for your democracy in any way possible. And anybody that's red, that's listening to this to make fun of us, it's your democracy too. Don't lose your vote. So please speak out. Don't lose your rights because somebody hates who you hate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause y'all, democracy is always better than dictatorships. That's been proven countless times through history. Let's try to keep the United States a democracy, y'all. That's all we can do.
And I want to point out to the world that Adolf Hitler came into power in Germany through the democratic method. So don't lose that power, because we've already seen historically what can happen when that power is taken away. All right, let's shut this down. That was the Single H show for this week.
Your name is...
My name is Sylvester Ritter. Your name is...
The Single H, y'all. Have a great week.